Hey everyone, Sandeep here, and today in this video we'll be doing a small case study on one of my store that I'm currently running on. And past 13 days I just scaled it to 5.5 lakhs in Indian value, and you can see right on the screen it's like more over 5.5 lakhs. Actually it was more than 6 lakhs, but somehow there were cancellations and refunds, so it came down to 5.8 lakhs. We use some low strategy methods for testing our products and scaling, which I'll be sharing in this small case study. So let's hop into the case study. Most of the questions that comes like which is a winning product, how to know a winning product, where do I find the winning product. Previously I was doing drop shipping, so I had some previous experience doing drop shipping. So I used to use AliExpress Dropship Center. So for this case I also used AliExpress Dropship Center to see what are the items that are trending, selling, so that I can have a good idea on. So I found this product on AliExpress Dropship Center and it was kindly selling like 300-400 pieces per day. So, and I knew that if it is selling outside pretty well, that means it will also sell in India, because this solves a common problem. So whenever I take a product for my product choosing criteria, I always see that the product solves a common problem. If the product doesn't solve a common problem, it has to have a good appeal, so that like it has to have a wow factor. So there are certain things that I always see, either solves a problem, either wow factor is not solving a problem. Obviously I'll go for wow factor, but if it is doing both, then it is very good. So, and after that what I did was like I searched on IndiaMart to get that product. So luckily I found that product in IndiaMart. So it was selling off around 500 to 600 rupees, and we were selling it for 2000 rupees on our store. So it was like quite a margin. So how did we do it? Because the product itself, if you see the product, it has a good perceived value. So what do you mean by perceived value? So perceived value in the sense that the first look of the product, a person, if you or I will see the first look of the product, we will automatically think that it is a good quality product. So this is just a perceived value. So having a good perceived value will like be an advantage, because you can sell the product for a higher price. Now also you need to keep another thing in mind. It's not just selecting product randomly. You have to select product where you can get good creative, both images and video ads. Most of the preference I'll give it to video ads. So when you are choosing a product, just search for a product first, that whether that product has a good video creative or not. If that product has a good video creative, chances are that your product will do well. Most of the times happens that your video creative is not that good and you are trying to sell that product. Most of the times you will fail, blaming that product, but it was not the fault of the product, it was the fault of your creative. So always choose a product which has a good creative. Next up, for the store, like we were using it on a general store. Right now I don't have a one product store as such for India. We are selling it on a general store. Next thing we did, we optimized the product page. We put a GIF to show the use case of that product, and after that we put down benefits, proper benefits breakdown into points, and after that we show you the results so that people can understand what the product is actually doing. And after that we use some trust badges. I don't like to spam a website with trust badges, just we give 30-day guarantee and free shipping. So that is what the trust badges were saying, because we are not charging for shipping. It was like free cash on delivery, and that's it. Also, next thing we did was adding reviews. I see many dropshippers or Indian e-commerce people don't add reviews, but you need to keep in mind reviews are 100% mandatory. Like a person coming onto your store haven't seen the product by themselves, so how will they buy? You are not Amazon, right? So they can't trust you. So having a review on your store will boost your conversion rate for sure. So always go for review. We use Loox reviews for, in this case, for social proof. And also next thing we had like clean branded images. What do you mean by clean branded images? So let's say we took an image, we edited it in our way and put our logo on our image so that it feels like that we are the brand. So you necessarily are not one just to sell in the market. You are there to show yourself as a brand. People trust brand more than just normal stores. So try to put yourself out there as a brand that you are selling the product. I can guarantee you that you will get more sales because of just of trust. So what we did, we took out images from Google and other AliExpress sources. We edited it using Canva and put a brand logo on there so that it feels premium, and customers who are visiting our website things like that we are the only ones selling the product because we have some branding on it. So that's what pretty much it for the store. Now all about ads. Yeah, so this is a most important part people miss out. Your ads are very important for conversions. So like you can have a poor ad and you have a great product, but you will get less conversion because you have a poor ad. Because first thing first, people will see is your ad. Most of the product people get influenced is by your ad. So you need to have like a great ad in order to get more conversions. This is because we are selling a high ticket product, mostly high ticket product you can say, which costs like 2000. You need to have a good ad just to influence people to come to our website, visit, and if they like it they'll purchase it. So that's that. Because if you have a like very bad ad in the first place showing on Facebook, then people won't even come to your website. So you need to keep them in mind. So how did you form our ads? So we took it from YouTube, AliExpress, and some other sources like Pinterest. Now we edited it using Final Cut, which is a software for Mac. Now you don't have to use, if you don't have Mac, no issues. You can, if you are having a Windows, then you can use Camtasia or Filmora. Those are like pretty easy software to use. Next we made like 4 to 5 different clips. So whenever you are publishing a product, make sure it has like 2 to 3 like at least 2 videos to split test and 1 image if possible. So at least 3 different ads just for a single product, if you are not 100% sure that one single ad will outperform every other ad. So what you need to do, because you will test the product first, so you need to have like 2 to 3 creatives so that you can even test the product and decide which creative is best for that product. So I'll recommend at least 2 to 3 creatives. If possible, always go with video ads, if not image ads, because at the end of the day image ads, like video ads, will outperform image ads at any time. So yeah, that's that. And next thing we used was like one single thumbnail for all 5 videos just for split testing. We want to keep a single variable at a time, so that's that. And another thing, just now as I said, video ads will always be better than image ads at any cost. So you have to keep that also in mind. So now comes the Facebook testing phase. So what we did, basically whenever we start our Facebook testing phase, if you are not 100% sure with the product, we'll go with at least, let's say, 800 to 1000 rupees for that product, because we want to feed enough data. But in this case we knew that this product will sell well because it is already selling outside, and in India nobody was selling at that time. So what we did, we put a 1500 rupees CBO campaign with 8 ad sets in it, and we also put a minimum ad set spent of 70 rupees so that each ad set gets some amount of data money, so that it can collect some amount of data, and whether it will work or not will be based on that data. So let's say every ad set, 8 ad set, will get 70 rupees at minimum every day. So that's that we kept. And our audience was female, so we targeted female. If you have general audience, then you can leave it broad. Then age, we always keep it age 18 to 65, and we let Facebook to optimize. We don't do it by ourselves. Also use, next thing was 8 broad interest, 1 interest per ad set. This is always mandatory because you don't know what ad set will work. So 8 interest on 8 different ad sets, and each ad set was containing 5 ads, just as we told that we made around 4 to 5 ads. So use 5 ads for one single ad set. We kept it running for day 1. So I'll show you my ad manager quickly. So okay, so this is yesterday's. I'll go to when we started was, I believe, 1st first. Okay, no, we didn't start on first, we started on second. My bad. Okay, yeah, so this is the first day of the campaign. You see, this is the campaign that is running. Okay, let me filter quickly. Has delivery. So this was the campaign. So basically what I did is that I filtered out all the campaigns that was active on July 2nd with this filter. And now you can see this was the first day. We had a budget, put down a budget of 1,500, and amount spent was around 1.4k. It took out a 9 result with a cost of purchase of 166 with a ROAS of 15. We got a ROAS of 15 because we were selling a high ticket product. We got around 500 unique link clicks. Our CTR was around 1%, 1.31%, which was not that good, but yeah, in India you can go with low CTR as well. July, this was the first day running the ad set. So if I go into this ad set, so this was all the ad set that we're using. Okay, so what was the ad set that we're using on 1st of July? You see there is one ad set with 5 purchases. So if you see every time that you have a ad set with so much difference purchase, see this ad set got 2 purchases, this got 1 purchase, this got 5 purchases. So at that time I knew that this ad interest would work very well. So in the next day, so if I go to 3rd, so what I did, I just created, if I go to the ad set, okay, so what I created was that I just created a duplicate of that working interest here and put a budget of 250. So I created a duplicate of that and created gave a budget of 250, where you see the amount spent was like 223, and we again got two result purchases with a ROAS of 17.88. so this is what we did. So this is our initial test, and just as I said, mini scaling strategy that I always take the best performing ad set from the interest testing campaign, which was our day 1. So after day 1, generally it doesn't happen after day 1, it takes day 1, day 2, 2 days to figure out which ad set is working well or not, because Facebook is not same every time. Facebook fluctuates data, so you can't say in just a single day. But since we had 5 purchases on that single day itself, so what we decided, duplicate the ad set and just put out on a different campaign. So that is what we did. And if you can see, we also made an ABO campaign, not a CBO campaign, because it's just a single campaign, and we only put a budget of 250 rupees because we didn't know that what we are duplicating will work the next day or not. So it is always recommended that you start slow and go big. So if you start slow, Facebook will start optimizing the data according to your budget. So if you suddenly put a high budget, Facebook hasn't optimized that type of data because you are in initial phase. So what we did, we put a budget of 250 per ad set, and we did it. So if I go on this one, so you can see this is where the amount spent was 223. This is the budget that we did, and our result was 2. So exactly, so again I'm repeating, day 1 we saw all the interest what we are working on. Not day 2, we just took out the best performing ad set, put it on an ABO, and we started vertically scaling with 250 rupees at a minimum budget. So 250 rupees is not a lot, and it was working well for us. Next day what we did was increase the initial testing campaign budget to 2000 rupees. If you see, if I go on July 4th, see, we go into July 4th, our amount spent on this one was still the same because we didn't touch the 250 rupees budget ad set. We again got 2 purchases and we got a conversion of around 3.9k. And here this is where this was the interest testing campaign, where again we got 20 purchases, 81 per purchases, you can see, with a 39,000 with a 24.59 ROAS. So this is the day where we spent 2000 rupees and we got around 43,000 rupees with a ROAS of 21. We went to mini scaling strategy 2. So what is this? As we are seeing continuously profitable ROAS campaigns about 15, if you see. So we move to the next phase. So what is the next phase? we took out vertical scaling. So what a vertical scaling is, so basically we went to this campaign, interest testing campaign, and saw what interests are working pretty well and was getting decent purchases, like daily purchases. It's not like fluctuating, and our CPP is like constant. Like let's say today CPP was, was around 100. Tomorrow the CPP is also around 100. Then only we will duplicate it to a vertical scaling campaign. Our CPP must be like consistent. It's not that today our CPP, cost per purchase, is around 100 and tomorrow it's 200. Then that is not consistent. We can't put it on a vertical scaling campaign. So we took out all the ad set in this campaign and put on this campaign, which was a 1500 campaign. We started with 550 rupees, then we scaled it up to 1500. So you see, we started with 550 rupees on day one. We'll start slow and you will scale day after that. Then after that, just make sure that your data and your ads are performing equivalent every day. It's not like it's not performing one day and performing other day. So your ad should be performing each and every day. Then only will increase budget every day. Next, what we did was retargeting. So retargeting, so when did we start retargeting? It's around 9th or 10th. 9th also we run the same campaign, untouched. Every budget was same. So it was giving a consistent profitable result. So we didn't even try to touch it. Now on the 9th of July, you can see this is a new campaign that came up. This is a new campaign with a ROAS of 32. This is what we started as a retargeting campaign. Add to cart, top 25 visitors, page views, 95% video views, initiate checkouts, then 75% video views. We took all those and put it on a CBO and gave that CBO a budget of 1500. We get that CBO of around 1500, and on day one it only spent 1004, and after that you can see it got a purchases of around 32,000. So generally the CBO campaign was working pretty well on day one. And on the other hand, if you see, all the other campaigns are running as well because they are profitable, so we didn't try to touch them. So just launch ad set one after the another. Scaling ad set vertically, it's pretty simple, and so it would be easier for everyone. Like a beginner can also follow pretty well. So just put on ad set. If it is profitable, increase it to increase its daily budget. If all the ad sets are working well, put all the ad sets into a CBO. So I showed you that we also started retargeting, and this one vertical scaling. For vertical scaling, we took the best performing ad set. As I told you, put a budget of 550. I always recommend it to start slow. Always start slow and go big with better optimized data. That is what I always follow. I always start slow. When I see that data is optimized, we are getting a constant purchases, then I go for higher budget. Else giving a higher budget directly to a campaign doesn't make any sense, because Facebook hasn't optimized the data. It will mess around and try to get purchases, and in that case you lose money. So once you have good data, scaling is pretty easy. You can always duplicate ad sets, make new interest and just duplicate it. So if you see June 9th, if you go to June 10th, I believe I'll keep running the same interest. Yes, you see all the spend has been decreased, because at this time we were thinking of scaling down because we are having issues with our products inventory, and also as well as the delivery issues. You see all the budget was low right now because we started scaling down. We didn't have enough products. Also you need to keep in mind we had some limited budgets, so we started scaling it down. If I go to 12th, you can do an update. Our spend was less than 3000 rupees this time, so we had a stricter budget of 3000. We spent a max of 3500 per day, 1 or 2 days. For 1 or 2 days, after that our spending was around 2.5k per day, or max 3000. In this case you can see it was like 2.5k. Also we got a purchases of 39 with a ROAS of 15. We always maintained a ROAS above 15. That is what our desired action was. Like we need to maintain a ROAS of above 15. And also it was a like bit pricey product, which was around 1999. So having a ROAS of 15, it will give you a good profit. So in the 13 we have like very less amount spent, which was around again 2.5k, and we got around 43,000 in return with 17.54 ROAS. And if I go to day number 15th, this is the where we totally scaled down the product because there were some issues. So yeah, so this is where we've totally scaled down the product. Now if I go to 2 to 14th, and you see this 13 days around, so we spent a total of 36,000, let's say 37,000, and we got back around which is 6 lakhs because Facebook didn't track many purchases. Also we had some returns, so yeah, it was around let's say 5,80,000 with a ROAS of above 50. Let's hover to the dashboard. If you see, it was the same from July 2 to July 14th. It is same. I'll just refresh once again. So if you see, this is the same. Our order average value was around 2000. As I told you, it was around 1999. So I always will recommend you to start slow and go big.